Hello leather crafters and future leather crafters. Well, it's that time of year again. 2019 has passed now, and it's time for the 2020 leather carving. So this is always fun to do this. Good exercise, and I'll show you a few of the tools that I'll be using. And it's fairly easy to get into leathercraft. Hide of leather and a few hand tools, and you can create some unique projects. I do appreciate you watching my videos here on YouTube, and I have quite a archive of different subjects: hand sewing leather, sewing it on a machine, hand tooling and carving. And anyway, I invite you to look back at my videos and take a look at what I've got there, and it should help you out. So thank you again, and have a great 2020. There's a little bit of a blemish right there, and my pattern fits nicely in between there. This is a piece of saddle skirting, 13 to 15 ounce, and it tools deep. I like my carving to tool deep. Let's see. Got 3 craft tool bevelers and 1 Berry King beveler. My Berry King swivel knife, 1/4 inch straight blade. In fact, I just put a brand new blade in this swivel knife. Used this brass barrel knife for several years. And let's see, got 6-inch CS Osborne wing dividers, and then these small CS Osborne awl. Here's a vintage, very old awl that I've fixed leather around it so I can grip that easily. That's what I transfer my pattern over to the wet leather with. And I've got a few different mauls that I use. What I'm going to do is scribe around my pattern here. And I'm going to just kind of block it out. This is the number 133 CS Osborne and Company, made in USA, Western Edger. That puts the bevel I like on there. It's nice and rounded. Next step after I edge the other side will be to wet the piece and rub it with a burlap bag to slick the edges up. Then I'll let it case for a while and then transfer my 2020 on there. Now it's time to wet the piece. I'll stick it down in there. Soaks it up just about right in about 5 to 10 seconds. Now I've got my burlap bag. This has lard worked into it actually. Looks a little rough, but sure slicks the edges up. It's a nice piece. Figure out which side's the top. Well, anyway, got plenty of time to think about that. I'll let this case for a while, then transfer my design onto the leather. I got to work on my 2020 right now and get that where to fit on here and look good. Do a little pencil drawing and working on my design there. So that's how I prep my piece right there. I cut the 2020 into the leather and let it set overnight, and it's dried out somewhat, but it's still fairly damp. And what I'm going to do is bevel around this with, I've got 2 craft tool bevelers and then 1 Berry King beveler, and I'll kind of rotate where needed, switch out for whichever one works the best. And what I'll do is lightly bevel around everything and then come back and rebevel, and that's what gives the piece the depth. I've got these weights here that I'll place on the piece to keep it from bouncing or moving around.